Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey.
Well, this bottle is taking us back a couple years, almost. It was at the end of the Kentucky Bourbon Festival in 2023, and we were driving home, and I had this feeling I wanted to stop at Jim Beam because they had a little book release that we hadn't gotten at the Bourbon Festival. And at the last time I'm like, turn in here. And he's like, okay. I said, besides, we can go to the bathroom. So we went in and we got the little book we wanted, which was great. And then I'm in the checkout, and we've been at Jim Beam, I think 8 or 9 times now. We've never seen this happen. At the checkout, the lady says, would you like to try this special Legent release? And I said, try it? And she said, yeah. So she did a pour for us right there. I've never seen that at a checkout counter, right? So we did a pour of it. I'm like, yeah, add it to our tab because we're getting this. We're taking it home. That is the last time we tasted this. So I've been wanting to get it on the channel for a bit and do a review of it. And this is an example of one of the reasons we started our YouTube channel, to kind of push us to open bottles we've not opened and to explore things that we bought that we've just been let sitting behind us. And we're just really blessed that we have a reason to open them all now and share them with you. So there you go.
And this goes back to the very first time. My first visit was to Jim Beam, and we did a tasting that day. And the bottle that I picked that day among the tasting was Legent. And I liked it because it had a wine profile to it. Mm-hmm. And having been a wine drinker up to that point, it really appealed to me. Mm-hmm. So when Rebecca saw this and we ended up trying it and she got all excited and wanted it, I wasn't about to argue it because I mean, honestly, I was curious too, because Legent, the basic Legent kind of was my hello to bourbon.
And we still like it. I mean, we reviewed it on our first episode of Bourbon Trail Tales and Taste because Jim Beam was our first one. So if you're curious, we reviewed it there, even though we'd had quite a bit out of the bottle at that time.
So now it's the opportunity to basically, I guess you'd have to call this the big brother or big sister.
The big high-end one.
It's the big guy. So Rebecca, can you give some specifics about this puppy?
Yeah, there's a lot of information. So luckily I took a lot of pictures to keep you entertained while I'm sharing this with you. So Legent Bourbon was born from true two masters of their craft. And that would be, East meets West, so to speak, right? So Legent Yamazaki Cask Finish Blend starts as a Kentucky Straight Bourbon crafted from American grain. Following 8 years of aging in Kentucky, it then traveled to the outskirts of Fukuyo for finishing and blending at the Yamazaki Distillery. For this particular Legent release, Fukuyo matured the limited edition bourbon, carefully chosen French oak wine casks and Spanish oak sherry casks to impart those rich notes of vivid spice finish. The additional reserve is then selected for finishing in the exceptional and rare former Yamazaki Spanish oak cask to introduce a full-bodied, malty depth and infuse a nuanced layers of complexity. So this is considered, after all that, still a Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. The company's Suntory. The distillery is James B. Beam Distillery. Mash bill is undisclosed, but it was aged 8 years before all that additional finishing. The proof is 114. The MSRP was at that time $199.99. It was released in August of 2023. We purchased it, as we said, at the end of the Bourbon Festival, September 17th of 2023 for $210 at the Jim Beam Distillery in Claremont, Kentucky. So that's the story. It's been around the world and back. I mean, how cool is that the barrels went over there, did some aging, and came back here? I mean, that's kind of cool.
How awesome is that?
How awesome is that? It just reminds me, we recently did a video on RD1 sister cities, and Lexington has sister cities with a city in France and a city in Japan. So they were trying to bring in some of those notes from those two cities, but this one actually traveled to the sister city, so to speak. So I think that's kind of cool. And as you all know, Jim Beam is owned by Suntory, which is a Japanese company. So it makes sense that they do some collaboration with them.
Yes.
Let's look at the color.
Okay.
Let's get down to basics here and start tasting this whiskey because I want to. It is a beautiful color. It's got some dark notes. I'm not surprised it's finishing all these lovely different sherry and...
It's a medium amber, I would think.
Yeah, it's got some amber notes. It's got some reddish tones, which are really pretty.
It's already formed a rim in my glass for my
and
spinning around.
The legs are coming. Oh yeah, it's getting some legs now. The pearls formed and now the legs are dripping. It is luscious.
Even after a second spin, it started to form.
Oh, it's looking great. I got to check out the nose of this. Oh my goodness.
That's really bright.
Wow, I get wine.
Yeah, I agree
right
with that.
away. I'm not identifying yet, but it's like wine.
It's wine. There's a little smokiness in the front.
So it's got these grape notes, right? The grape notes coming forward that are just terrific. And I agree that smokiness, it has to be with all the barrel aging that happened. Although it's called an 8-year, we know it was finished and finished and finished. So it's spent a lot more time in the barrel than 8 years.
It's almost a smoky wine.
Right?
I'm getting those two things. I want to taste this guy.
Well, I'm still smelling. You gotta give me a minute. Okay, we'll taste it.
And the legs are great.
Oh, it's just beautiful. I can't wait. To Legent Yamazaki. Cheers.
Well, that's wine.
Okay, my first thought is, why the heck didn't I open this 18 months ago? Just saying. Shooting myself for that. But hey, that means we still have this whole bottle. I'm pretty excited. So, yay us.
It is the hybrid version of the basic Legent. The flavor profiles that I found in Legent are exactly what I'm finding in this, but this is amped up.
Totally jacked up. It's like way up. It's like this is Legent and this is the Legent Yamazaki. Whoa! Right?
Mm-hmm.
So sure you need to hear that. The nose is beautiful. I mean, it's just so fragrant. And I mean, we really enjoyed while we lived in California. We loved going to the wineries in Southern California, especially out in Ramona. Our Ramona buddies, thumbs up to you guys because you did such a great job out there. And this is reminiscent of some of the wines we got that we love so much. Even though these are like sherry casks, Spanish things, everything else, but it brings me home to the Ramona wineries that we love. But yet, I get these notes of bourbon, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. And marrying those two is like heaven for me. It's beautiful.
It's not a daily drinker.
You pull it out on special occasions. You bring it out for your friends that love wine and love bourbon.
Because it'll confuse them. A wine
I
drinker,
love this.
A wine drinker would be really
Look at those
confused.
legs. Can you see the legs on that?
Oh yeah, well I see it on mine.
It is just, the legs are amazing. And it translates into this amazing viscosity in your mouth. It's just great mouthfeel. I'm not giving you a lot of notes because I'm just sitting here enjoying it. I'm so sorry. Because it is just really good. And I think they had this last time we were there, didn't they? We were just there recently.
I don't remember.
I thought I saw it on the shelf. So people haven't been buying this. Why haven't you been buying this? I know it's $200, but I would say if you like wine and you like bourbon and you go into Jim Beam and they still have any of this left, you need to buy a box. And look at this beautiful box it came in. It's just gorgeous. And wow, this is great. I hope they do a few more of these collaborations.
This here
is
this
great.
is a good one.
It is great.
It's not a daily drinker.
No, it is. And again, if you really enjoy a really deep, dark wine, like a nice sherry, you would probably enjoy this. If you like a deep bourbon with a lot of complexity, you would enjoy this. It's not for everyone.
I myself, what I'm getting is bourbon wine. You know, you have the burr ryes that are out there. This is a bourbon wine, and I say that because I get wine and then I know it's bourbon. I'm not getting caramel, baking spices, or anything like that, but it is a really good blend, and they play well together.
Yeah, I was going to say, because sometimes the wine takes over in the
Yes.
finishing. This is playing well. It's collaborative. It's supposed to be a collaborative blend between the two master distillers, and I think they hit that on the nail. It is the nail on the head with this because it is so good. They got that right amount in there that made it complement the Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey in a way that is highly enjoyable for anyone that enjoys a wine finish. If you don't like a wine finish, this probably is not for you.
I would not get it.
Just saying. But if you like unique bourbons that have something unique to offer, this is about as unique as they come.
Yeah.
Because it has traveled from Kentucky to Japan and back, right? And it is fantastic. My only regret on this video is that we didn't taste it earlier. We've had this for 18 months. I'm like, why do we not? Well, we may not have had it to share because we didn't have a YouTube channel 18 months ago. It may have been gone by now. So that may be a reason. We were waiting to share it with you. I mean, just wow.
The finish.
That's my thing. It's just wow.
And it's funny. The finish on it is bourbon and wine. It's bourbon and wine and bourbon. It's two notes.
It's warm. It's long.
It's much more. If you're going to compare it to the basic one, if you think, well, I can spend $35, $40, $45, get the Legent basic and be satisfied. It's good, but this is honestly that much better.
It's been a couple months since we had the Legent open for that other video, and I think the Legent is sweeter.
Yeah.
I think this one is more complex. So if you like a sweeter profile, the basic Legent might be for you. This one is higher complexity, a lot more complexity in it. And I don't consider this sweet.
No, it's not.
And I know it's weird to talk about that it has this wine finish and it's not sweet, but it's a dark red wine, dry red wine finish. Sherry's not always dry, but this is a drier sherry finish. And so this, I like it better than the basic Legent. The other one's a little sweet for me. We talked about that when we did the video. I think that it's still really good to us, but it's a little sweet for us now. This, it is deep, dark, and luscious. And it has both, it hits on those two cylinders of wine and bourbon. It makes it terrific. And so if you like those two things, this is probably a buy for you.
I would agree. So to wrap this up, cheers to Fred and Fukuyo. You know what you're doing. This is an outstanding pour. Cheers to all of you out there. If you like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Always remember to drink responsibly. Have a great day. Cheers.
Cheers.